Sorry not sorry. Meghan's request to trademark the word archetypes has been rejected. Greetings and a gracious welcome to the World of Royal Staff's channel. In a recent legal setback, Meghan Markle's podcast production company, Archetypes Audio, has had its application to trademark the word archetypes denied by the United States Patent and Trademark Office. The office cited a likelihood of confusion with an existing trademark, dealing a significant blow to the Duchess of Sussex hit podcast. Now, Meghan seems to be conservative over her ideas. I mean, you can trademark the name of a company, but you cannot trademark a word from the dictionary unless it is a word that you have invented. Take the Beatles, for example. They trademarked their company name Apple Corp., and then Apple Computer trademarked almost the same name. But when Apple Computer started distributing music through the App Store, then it was a different matter, and they had to pay a lot of money in royalty fees. There were several court cases, and eventually, all the disputes were settled, but this was the reason that the Beatles' music was not available in the iStore until 2010. Meghan's Archetypes podcast, which aimed to dissect, explore, and subvert the labels that try to hold women back, in the spring of 2022, releasing weekly installments beginning at August. And guess what? The Royals podcast production company Archetypes Audio has been informed that its application was being refused on the grounds that there was a likelihood of confusion with a trademark already in existence. That's right, folks, the application has been refused. And let me tell you, honestly, I think it's an awful name, both Archetypes and Archetypes. It just doesn't flow and is not indicative of a specific meaning. I am so tired of all her archnames. She still thinks it is so clever. But eventually, that clown actually thought she made the word up. She declared herself to be whip smart. To be fair, I have a few whips, and they're not very smart either. Maybe she should have called it stereotypes, not archetypes. But then it wouldn't hark back to an ancient Greek word with deep symbolism. Doesn't matter that it's an incorrect meaning. That it sounds like Archewell and Archie is so much more important. Plus, it sounds like stereotypes, so that's a bonus. Bloody pretentious. It all started with the formation of her and Prince Harry's organization, Archewell. In a statement, the couple explained that the name was inspired by the Greek word arche, meaning source of action. Apparently, they connected to this concept for the charitable organization they hoped to build one day. How noble. And how convenient that it also served as the inspiration for their son's name, Archie Mountbatten Windsor. But it doesn't stop there. Archetypes Audio, the couple's production company, filed an application to trademark Archetypes in March 2022, specifically for an ongoing podcast series in the fields of cultural treatment of women and stereotypes facing women. Sounds like a noble cause, right? Except for one little problem. The Patent and Trademark Office's initial refusal suggested that Meghan's proposed trademark of archetypes was identical in appearance, sound, and meaning to one already held by US-based Project Miracle IP Holdings, registered in May 2018. I mean, seriously? Is there nothing they want plagiarize? How dumb can you be to try and trademark something that already has the same registration with another company? It's hard to believe that someone who claims to care about doing something of meaning, something that matters, could be so careless and entitled. Now, the Duchess of Sussex faces an important decision on how to proceed with the Archetypes podcast. Intellectual property lawyer Paul Cox has weighed in, telling Newsweek that Meghan has to make a choice about how to handle this situation. But let's be real here, the damage has already been done. Meghan's latest move has only cemented her reputation as someone who thinks the rules don't apply to her. He said that the trademark application has been rejected. That's right, rejected. And if she doesn't respond to the refusal by April 18, 2023, the mark will be deemed abandoned. I mean, who does she think she is? She thinks she can just waltz in and trademark everything she wants to like it's some kind of game. Maybe she should stick to playing Monopoly because clearly, she doesn't understand the real world. Even if she's not granted the trademark, she thinks the podcast can still go ahead without it, with the current holder deciding if it infringes on their rights. Can you believe the arrogance? This is the second time she's faced trademark issues. The first time they tried to register Archewell, but their application was deemed vague. I mean, seriously, who is advising them? Do they even listen? And let's talk about her photo shoots for a moment, shall we? They're just awful. You can tell she doesn't listen to the stylists, makeup people, or the photographer. It's like everything she does is total amateur hour. It's no wonder she's facing trademark issues when she can't even take a decent photo. But wait. According to Paul Cox, an intellectual property lawyer and partner at the Foot Anstey legal firm, it would be up to an earlier rights owner to take infringement action if they were concerned about the actual use of the mark. And let me tell you, that's usually expensive. So, if the earlier trademark holder doesn't feel like the use of the mark would cause them commercial damage, they may not be willing to invest the time, energy, and money to prevent its use. Now, let's be honest, her podcast was far from brilliant. It was just awful, and I don't think anyone wants to remember it. She should probably stick to something more her style, like Meghan Markle Cosmetics, and sell that orange paint she uses as self-tanner. Of course, Meghan always being Meghan, she would try to trademark a word that doesn't mean what she thinks it means. I mean, come on. Doesn't she know there's such a thing as a trademark search that anyone can do online? She just wasted a lot of money on this endeavor. How unoriginal can she be? On where this leaves Meghan and Archetypes, well, they could try to file arguments to overcome the refusal, but that may not be accepted by the Trademark Office. Alternatively, they could choose to trade under Archetypes without registration in the US, or they could approach Project Miracle IP Holdings, LLC, to see if they could buy the rights to the earlier mark from them. Honestly, it's just typical of Meghan to think she can do whatever she wants without any consequences. But it's good to see that the Trademark Office is putting a stop to her antics. Maybe she should try to come up with something a little more original next time, like Paris Hilton or Serena Williams. In the end, it's safe to say that Meghan and her Archetypes podcast are not the groundbreaking successes she thought they were. And I am sure we're all eagerly waiting to see what her next move will be. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it informative and entertaining. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more content like this. And if you have any comments or suggestions for future videos, please leave them in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. And remember, as you go out there into the world and pursue your dreams, always keep in mind the wise words of Nelson Mandela. It always seems impossible until it's done. So don't give up, don't lose hope, and keep pushing forward until you achieve your goals. Thank you again for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.